Good morning, dear students. How are you all? I hope all you are fine. Today we are going to learn with a new topic. What is this? Yes, it is raisin. Do you like to eat this? Yes, very good. What happens when raisins are dipped into water? Yes, it swell. Look at this glass. Raisins are dipped in water. It becomes swell. What is the reason behind the swelling of raisin? Yes, water molecules are enters into raisin, so it will swell. Do you know which is the process? Yes, it is absorption. So today we are going to learn more about absorption. From group 1, who is ready to read this chart? Okay, very good. Diffusion. Movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration. Example, spread of odor in air. Okay, very good. Sit down. Nutrients are absorbed in our body through many processes that are diffusion, osmosis, facilitated diffusion and active transport. The first one is diffusion. Diffusion is the movement of molecule from a higher concentration to lower concentration. It's the movement of molecule from higher concentration to lower concentration. This is a region of higher concentration. This is a region of low concentration. After diffusion, these two regions become equal. The movement of molecules take place. So it becomes equal in concentration. Are you clear? In our body, the fatty acid and glycerols are absorbed into lacteals through the process of diffusion. Are you clear? Diffusion takes place without the help of a semi-permeable membrane. It takes place without the help of a semi-permeable membrane. It does not require a membrane. Does not require a semi-permeable membrane. Are you clear? Okay. Spread of odor in air and the spread of ink in water is an example of diffusion.
If we are given this image and asked what exactly this is, I'm sure your answer will be a cell. Now to study this, we need to study every component present within. And not only within, we even need to study the covering, that is, this part in detail. Now can you tell me what exactly is this named as? That's right, it's called the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. In our previous video, we have learned that the cell membrane is selectively permeable in nature. That is, it only allows specific materials to enter and leave the cell. Any guesses what is the plasma membrane made up of? The plasma membrane is made up of lipids and proteins and also has some carbohydrate chains. There are two things that freely move in and out of the cell. Those include gases and water. Do you think these molecules need energy for traveling across the membrane? Let's take a simple example to understand what exactly happens in this case. We know what happens when a drop of ink is added to a glass of water. The single dark-colored ink drop spreads when added to water and the intense blue color fades slightly. If we see at the molecular level, then the ink molecules, which are compactly packed in the single drop, get a chance of dispersing in a larger area when added to the water. This is nothing but the process of diffusion. And we know that this dispersal process does not require energy. The molecules just try to move freely in the space available, and as a result, diffusion occurs. The same story is seen when gas or water molecules travel across the membrane. Take carbon dioxide for example. When cells undergo cellular respiration, a lot of carbon dioxide accumulates in the cell. On the other hand, there is very little carbon dioxide present outside the cells. Hence, the carbon dioxide molecules move outside the cells. Now, there is very little oxygen left after respiration in the cells. So the oxygen from outside the cells moves in through the plasma membrane to make up for the lost oxygen. That means carbon dioxide moves out and oxygen moves in. Both the gases move from their area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. And this diffusion process does not require energy. Diffusion is one of the processes by which transportation of several substances is carried out across the cell membrane. But it's not the only one process on which the cell relies. There are a few more methods that the cell adopts for transportation of substances. Let's have a look at these processes in the next video.
Diffusion is take place with the help of some protein molecule. It is known as facilitated diffusion. Diffusion take place with the help of a protein molecule. It is known as facilitated diffusion. Take place with the help of protein molecule. Example, in our body, glucose, fructose and some amino acids are absorbed through the process of facilitated diffusion. Example, absorption of glucose, galactose, fructose, etc. Are you clear with these two terms, diffusion and facilitated diffusion? Okay, fine. And then take your notebook and write down the question. What do you mean by diffusion? The second question is, what is facilitated diffusion? Give example. The first question is, what is diffusion? Who is ready to read the answer? Okay, very good. From group 1, stand up and read the answer. What is diffusion? It is a movement of molecule from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. What is next question? What is facilitated diffusion? It is a type of diffusion. It takes place with the help of protein molecule. Example are absorption of glucose, fructose, galactose, etc. Are you clear? Let's move on to the next activity. Next is osmosis. It is a movement of water molecule from a region of higher concentration to a lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. Example, absorption of water molecules in the small intestine. Two types of osmosis, that is endosmosis and exosmosis. Are you clear? Okay, very good. The next process is osmosis. It is the movement of water molecule from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. It is a movement of water molecule from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. It will take place through semi-permeable membrane. This is an example of osmosis. Water molecules are enters from a region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration, that is to inside the resin. Are you clear? Another example is absorption of water molecule take place in small intestine and large intestine. Absorption take place in small intestine and large intestine. Are you clear? The osmosis are mainly two types. Osmosis are two types. They are endosmosis and exosmosis. They are endosmosis and exosmosis. In endosmosis, water enters inside the cell. Enters inside. And in exosmosis, water is expelled from the cell. It's a movement of water molecule through outside. These are the two types of osmosis. Are you clear? Okay, very good. Then take your notebook and write down the question. What do you mean by osmosis? The next question is, which are the two types of osmosis? Are you finished? From group 3, who is ready to read the answer? Okay, very good. Stand up and read the question and answer. The first question is, what is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water molecule from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. The next question is, which are the two types of osmosis? Which are the two types of osmosis? Yes, endosmosis and exosmosis. Exosmosis are the two types of osmosis. Are you clear? Then let's move on to the next activity. Who is ready to read this chart? Active transport. Molecules are absorbed with the help of a carrier protein. It takes place against concentration gradient. Molecules are absorbed with the help of carrier protein against concentration gradient. When concentration of glucose, salt, etc. decreases in the small intestine, absorption takes place through active transport. Are you clear? Okay, very good. The next is active transport. Active transport. This type of absorption takes place against a concentration gradient. It takes place against concentration gradient. This process requires energy. Example is when the concentration of glucose, salt, etc. decreases in the small intestine, the absorption is carried out through active transport. Are you clear? Okay. And then take your notebook and write down the question. What is active transport? What is active transport? What is active transport? Tell me the answer. Active transport is a type of absorption process. It takes place against concentration gradient. It takes place with the help of a carrier protein. It takes place with the help of a carrier protein. Are you clear? Okay, very good. Let's conclude today's topic. This table contains the characteristics of process and this portion is blank, and fill this portion by suitable names. First is movement of water molecules. What is the name of the movement of water molecule? Yes, it is osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of water molecule. Next process is carried out with the help of concentration gradient. Which process? Yes, facilitated diffusion. Next process is carried out from lower to higher concentration. Which process? Yes, diffusion. The last one is carried out against a concentration gradient. Which process? Yes, active transport. Are you clear? Osmosis is the movement of water molecule. Facilitated diffusion carried out with the help of a concentration gradient. Next is the diffusion. It will take place from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. And the next is the active transport. Are you clear? Then take your science diary and write down the question. Write a brief note about osmosis, diffusion, facilitated diffusion and active transport. Are you clear? Any doubt? Okay, thank you.